What is going on, everybody? Justin Pokrivka here, and my whole thing is today is homes are still selling, and that is why it's a good time to buy a home. And I'm gonna name three reasons why right now is a good time to sell your home. I mean, to buy your home. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I wanted to start off by saying I hope everybody had a great holiday. Um, we're not done the holidays yet, but we're almost there. But I hope everybody had a great Christmas, great Hanukkah, all the things, and I wish you a happy New Year. We've got New Year's Eve coming up in about 3 days, and then we will be right into 2023. So that's exciting. Anyway, I wanted to touch on three reasons why today, right now, is a great reason. Three reasons to buy a home. The last 2 years have been crazy. If you were a realtor helping your clients buy a home in the past 2.5 years, your life's been crazy. It may have been very good because you may have been making commissions and doing well sales wise, but you also had a lot of competition. And same thing if you were a buyer. If you were a buyer in the past couple years, since the crazy interest rates have gone, we're down at record lows. Your competition was crazy if you were trying to buy a home, and chances are that you would have had to pay over asking. Chances are you wouldn't be getting any closing cost help. You were going up against people that had cash. You were going against people, you're competing against people that weren't asking for inspections, which is absolutely crazy. So it just wasn't a good time. It was a great time to sell. Don't get me wrong. But it was not a good time to buy a house. It was absolutely a seller's market. So that's what I want to talk about today because the market has shifted. It has absolutely shifted. Um, or, so and a lot of the reasons it has shifted and a lot of reasons I'm going to give you are based on that the rates aren't that low anymore. And you might go, well, this is kind of counterproductive. Like, why is now a good time? Well, here we go. The first is you're going to get a better price on a home. Yes, your buying power has gone down because when interest rates go up, you can afford less of a house. Okay, that sucks. I get that. But you're going to get a better price on a house. And this is the thing, it's where you buy your home at the price at which you buy the home that is more important than the interest rate. There are a lot of people right now, I promise you, that are underwater in their house. If they paid $30,000 over asking, they're underwater. They paid 30,000, 40, 50. I mean, I've heard some crazy stories about people throwing around their money so they could get the house because they had a 3% interest rate. That's not the way to do it, everybody. I'm sorry to say. It just isn't. It's the price at which you purchase your home that is the most important because we've got a lot of people right now that are underwater in their homes. Granted, they have a super low interest rate, so they can afford their monthly payment, but they're still underwater in their house. They have no equity in their house. If they had to sell their house right now because they had to move or get out of town for some reason and they have a new job or whatever, they would take a loss on their house. So, people move every 5 to 8 years. Are they going to recoup that $50,000? Maybe, maybe not. But if they don't, or maybe they just sell their house for what they bought it for, which nobody wants to do that 5 to 8 years later, then the interest rate didn't matter. So I'm just like, this is a fair warning. Don't get interest rate crazy. The next time interest rates go crazy low and the interest rates go low and the housing prices go up, don't be fooled by it because it's not something. Bubbles are fake, fake bubbles. Bubbles are fake, guys. So The next time we have a bubble, don't go running in and, yes, selling your house, absolutely. If if it's a seller's market like it was, I would tell people to sell their house, especially if they don't have to go buy their next one or they have other plans. But the thing I was running into with my clients was they wanted to sell their home, but then they wanted to buy something in the same area. And I'm like, well, and they're like, well, all we're going to do is sell ours here. And then we're going to buy the next one here. So it's just going to come out in the wash. And that's absolutely true. So, yeah. So I forgot what I was saying. My number one, the first reason is you're going to get a better price on the house right now. The average days on market of the house for a house in my area, I'm the Eastern Shore of Maryland and Delaware. It's like almost 30 days now, which is 2 years ago, that was unheard of. I mean, houses weren't even lasting an hour. Now, 30 days on market, we're seeing price drops. We're seeing, things like that. So people are starting to get closing help again. So you will get a better price on a home. Yes, the interest rate's not going to be as low. Yes, you're not going to have the same amount of buying power. But here's the thing: you can always refinance in the future. You really will. Like rates will go down again, and you can refinance. So that is awesome. So that's one of the reasons you'll get a better deal on a house. You really will, regardless of the interest rates right now. Second, your competition for that home will be less. 2 years ago, oh my gosh, it was absolutely crazy. I mean, I saw a video where like there were like 100 people like showing up to this house like ready for like the next showing and the next showing and the next showing. It was unbelievable. And that is just not the time to buy a house. So if you are really into a certain house and you really like it, I'm not saying don't come in with like this lowball offer and expect nobody to also want that same house. But are you going to have 20 or 30 people, trying to compete with you for that same house? No, not right now. So I'm not seeing it. I've had a house on the market right now for like 60 days. We've done price drops and it hasn't sold. Now, granted, this is a little different because it's in a vacation area. It's a huge 4,000 square foot home, and it's just a little different, not your typical home. But the competition is going to be way less. So, that's another reason. Less competition, and so you're going to get a better price. That's one big reason to not, to buy right now. Second, less competition. Absolutely. That's awesome. And to go along with the price, I'm also going to add this in there too. There's more chances for you to get closing help, less cash out of pocket. I know that's, has to do with the price, but it's a little different. It's always great if you can keep your cash. It's always great if you can ask for closing help from the seller. And I absolutely think that you can do that right now. 2 years ago, that was unheard of. Nobody was asking for that. So you have leverage. That's the third reason, leverage. And leverage is going to get you a better price. It's going to allow you to just have a little more control of the transaction, when it comes to negotiation. You will be able to ask for closing help. You may be able to, if there is something wrong with the home in your inspection period and something comes up. 2 years ago, people weren't even asking for inspections, which is absolutely crazy. But you have more leverage there. Hey, I want this fixed. I don't really like this. This thing is broken. I'd like to either get some money for that to be able, so I can fix it, or I'd like you to fix that before I move in. The seller might go, yeah, I'm trying to sell this house. I haven't had too many hits on it. I haven't had any offers on my house in 30 days. Okay, whatever it takes, I'll fix it. So there's more leverage right now as well for a buyer. So that's the third reason. So you're going to get a better price. there's less competition, and you have more leverage. Those are all great things, guys. So if you are thinking about buying right now, reach out to me. My number is 443-924-0601. I'm really easy to get in touch with my email as well. It's eshorehomes@gmail.com. And I just got to say, guys, the biggest opportunity is in a down market. And right, I say down market. The real estate market isn't crashing. We're not back in 2008 when there's a bunch of bad loans happening and people's mortgage payments tripled. We're not there. That's not what's happening. What's happening is that there's correction. There was a bubble. It was this inflated market that was caused by the government printing more money and them dropping interest rates to a crazy low rates, sub 3% rates. I even saw somebody with a 2.25 rate, which is amazing. If you can get it, that's great. But should you throw around your money and pay $50,000 over asking price for a house, even though it's been appraised for 50,000 less than you're, going to pay for it? Absolutely not. That's not smart, guys. So that's where I'm at today, guys. It's a great time to buy a house. There's more opportunity. You have more leverage. You have less competition. You're going to get a better price. So all those things, guys. All right. Justin, your hometown realtor, give me a call and we'll see you next time.